Misunderstanding is like that virus that you can't see. But once it enters the system, you only see the symptoms. And it is too late. You are infected by it, and your whole system collapses under a virus. And with close examination, with the help of science or medical facilities, it can be revealed that you are infected by a virus and you can get some help. And once you seek medical help, you are free from that virus. And these preachers, these teachers, these ideas that knock on the door or try to preach, teach, or grab you to join their groups are like that virus. You don't see the hidden agenda because they don't even know what is going on, because the virus is even in them. Misunderstanding is where they speak from. But once the clarity comes, you see it clearly. Everything, every fiber, everything is crystal clean. Your vision, your intelligence. No one can then make you fool or make you believe into something that they want you to believe in. So you need clarity, you need knowledge, you need to see for yourself, and the knowledge is the only source. Just like medication, it clears everything and it will reveal to you, not believing words, but it automatically clears it. Someone comes to your door or you encounter them elsewhere, at work, online, in a meeting, or in a gathering. They speak calmly, confidently, with certainty. They mention Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, Ramakrishna, Ramana Maharishi, or other gurus, or they speak of books, peace, salvation, harmony, of wisdom, of world peace, of belief, of faith, of God. Yet notice, when wisdom is claimed, bases are formed, groups arises about beliefs, teachers, or names. These groups, by definition, separate, and separation breeds conflict. Division grows even while peace is being preached. They speak of what will happen after this life. They promise heaven, they warn of hell, they offer meaning beyond suffering. Now pause. Before accepting, before rejecting, before believing, ask something very simple. Did any of this remove a single fact of living? How does this meet life as it is being lived? Are your bills paid by this faith? Does belief stops the body from aging? Does preaching removes illness? Does promise of heaven end conflict in daily life? Does God cancel death? If not, be honest. What is actually being offered? Not a solution to living, but a promise about later, not an end to suffering, but an explanation for it. Nothing has changed, not even slightly. If you were in an accident, bleeding and near death, repeating the name of wise man or reciting prayer would not save you. You can go to the temple, that will not help you at that moment. Practical action, medical help is what matters. Science, skill, and immediate intervention are what preserve life, not notions, concepts, beliefs, or faith. So what is actually being offered? A story. A promise postponed, a reward deferred, a solution placed after life ends. But look closely. Everything ever experienced, joy, pain, fear, love, confusion, has required a living body. Without the body, no sensation, no thought, no memory, no experience. Even unconsciousness leaves no record, no awareness, no someone inside it. So ask honestly, without this body, what exactly is supposed to experience, heaven or hell? Living with one partner is already challenging, yet promise of multiple companions, multiple relationships, multiple responsibilities, or unimaginable reward in some afterlife are offered as if they solve life's difficulty. They cannot. What cannot be managed now cannot be granted later. This is not philosophy. This is not psychological. This is observation, clarity. Experience requires a nervous system, memory requires a brain, meaning requires perception. Remove the body and experience does not continue somewhere else, it ends. Yet the promise persists. You will be rewarded, you will be punished, you will find heaven after death. Fear is what quietly placed over intelligence. But peace is spoken of by someone who is alive to someone who is alive about a state that cannot be verified, experienced, or even conceived without the very thing that dies. This is not truth, it is postponement. Now see the mechanism. Life is difficult, the body is fragile, loss is unavoidable, death is certain. Instead of facing this directly, the mind borrows authority. A wise man, a sacred name, an ancient story, and places hope beyond what must be faced now. Borrowed power, inherited certainty, second hand peace, nothing discovered, nothing tested, nothing known. Notice the consequences. Peace is preached, yet division increases. Love is spoken of, yet conflict remains. Harmony is promised, yet life is postponed. Not because the teachers were wrong, but because no teacher can live this life for you. No book can breathe for you. No name can age for you. No belief can die for you. No promise can replace living. This is where clarity appears. Not as belief, not as rejection, but as simple saying, anything that can be verified while alive cannot be relied upon to examine life. In other words, anything that cannot be experienced directly cannot explain life. Anything that shifts attention away from now does not resolve suffering, it delays it. This is not against Jesus or Buddha or any tradition or any books. It puts them in the right place as human beings, as expressions of their time, not as substitutes for direct seeing. This misunderstanding begins when borrowed wisdom replaces direct observation. So the real question is not what happens after death. The real question is, how is this life being lived now? Without escape, without postponement, without borrowed certainty, when that is faced honestly, division ends, not between religions, but within. And what remains was never promised, never threatened, never delayed. It does not belong to belief. It does not depend on hope. It does not rely on faith. It is simply what is here when nothing borrowed is used to explain it. It is not about rejecting Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, or any teacher. It is about exposing the mechanism behind all the borrowed authority. How the mind takes what is alive, projects it onto names, stories, and promises, and calls that peace or wisdom. The peace Being offered is always second hand, delayed, or conditional, never immediate. It's a projection, not something that touches life as it is. The mind tries to feel secure, to measure reality through these borrowed notions, but the moment you see this clearly, the illusion collapses on its own. And now, notice, nothing borrowed can give you this. No name, no story, no promise. Not Jesus, not Krishna, not Buddha can live this life for you. All that is claimed as peace, salvation, wisdom, it is second hand, projected, postponed, and yet without reaching, without naming, without believing. What is here? Unclaimed, undivided, immediate, simply is. Nothing to hold, nothing to gain, nothing to lose, just this, always present, always unchanged. Peace is here even before the word peace is spoken. Those people can't give you peace. They can promise something. They cannot live for you. They cannot breathe for you. They cannot face those hard questions for you. You have to do it. You are breathing. You are alive. You are life itself, existence itself. See it clearly. And you can't see this clearly unless you free yourself from those ideas, from those beliefs, from those books, from those faith, from the idea of that you will get something after this life. Life is here. It is similar to that. People are looking to find a life somewhere else on another planet, and they can't see the life is already here, and they are missing the point. Instead of living here fully, they are wasting the time to look for another life. That is not intelligence at all. That is mind wants to be busy. That is the virus.